Welcome to your Yin and Flow yoga class. My name's Hannah Day, and in tonight's class you need your yoga mat, a blanket or towel, and a yoga bolster, a nice big thick pillow for you to sit on. And if you have 2 yoga blocks, these would be really helpful tonight. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can just get a nice big thick book or a few books to stack up. You might not need them, but I just like to have things close by and just place those to the side for later. And you can get these at the dollar store for like $4 if you ever just want a nice foam block. So come and sit on your seat, nice comfortable sit. You can even sit on the couch. And we'll take a moment just to open our palms and relax our shoulders a bit. Draw your belly towards your spine. And as you sit here, reaching your crown up and up towards the universe above you, I want you to think of inviting in the intention of play, of being playful with your class and your body, and for the rest of this week. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose and think of play coming in. And then a full breath out through your mouth. So 2 more deep breaths like that. Inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth, release the breath. 1 more big breath like that. Inhale in. And then open the mouth. And we'll add in some movement. So inhale through the nose. And then chin goes to chest as you exhale. Inhale in through the nose. And then this time your chin your right ear rolls over to your right shoulder. So bring your chin out slightly and then float right arm up to lay on the head. Now take your other hand behind you. So open the palm and place the back of your hand on the low back. So you're just not pulling, just hanging out here with this hand. Now if this is too much, you can let go of that hand and the one on your head. So just play with what's accessible in your body. Or this way, yeah. Full breath in through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. Full breath in and full breath out. 1 more time in. As you exhale, just release your hand from your head, your hand from behind your body, palms down, and chin rolls to chest. Full breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, left ear rolls to left shoulder. Now drop the shoulders away from the ears, draw that belly in, and then inhale through the nose. And exhale, float left arm up this time to rest on your head, and your hand behind you, you're going to spin your palm to the back of your space and the back of your hands resting on the low back. If this is too much, you can get rid of one or both. Try not to pull, just let the hand hang out there. Inhale in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Try to relax the throat and the face. Inhale in. Full breath out. And 1 more time in. Exhale, slowly release your hand and release the other one. Chin rolls to chest. So while you guys let your head kind of go sway side to side, I'm going to post the playlist into our chat. Oh, I did. Good. You can click on the music now. Just going back and forth, swaying your head. And then we'll take our head with our chin down, interlace your hands, look at your hands. With your interlaced hands, place them on the base of your skull without pulling, and then let your head come back, lift your head up, open through the armpits, look up to the sky, and then exhale. Let's bring our chin down towards our chest, elbows come towards each other without pulling, just looking down. Inhale, let your head come up, open through the armpits, look up, lift through the heart. And then as you exhale, roll in. Chin comes towards the chest, elbows come towards each other. Inhale, come up. Open like a blossom. Exhale, roll in without pulling. That's the trick. Don't pull on the head and then come back to center. Open your elbows out to the sides, release your hands to your shoulders, roll them forward. That's it. Roll them back. And here's something good for the brain. You ready? Right arm forward, left arm back. Yep. It's okay if it's hard. And then left arm forward, right arm back. You got this. And then slowly release your arms. Let's bring our hands behind our back. Interlace your fingers. If you can't bring your hands together, hands on open on the back. And then bring your hands behind you, lift through the heart, and release the hands. Let's roll off of your couch or your pillows onto your mats and get rid of your pillow off to the side. We're going to slide back and forth to find our sit bones. And throughout this class, just do what feels good in your body. So we're going to bring our hands onto our knees and start to find little circles. We're drawing circles here. Think of yourself as a mixer, and you're mixing up some cookie dough. You're just mixing slowly. And then you can even lean back really far and come forward far. Just listen to how your body wants to be. You might not want to come too far forward. Maybe you want to stay up tall. Mixing that mixer. Roll it back. I see, so there's some kids here tonight with us. Welcome to Quinn. So Quinn, you might see me do some little bit of kids stuff, adding in some cookie dough mixing. So kids get this. They know exactly what to do mixing cookie dough. Switch direction of those circles with your magic mixer. Back. Round it back, chin to chest, really finding this flow. You can bend in your elbows, let your head go. And then we'll round back here, chin rolls towards the chest and hold onto your knees. Stretch out your back. And then sit up tall, roll over your sit bones, use your hand on your knees to bring yourself up. Release your knees and open through the chest. Look up, arms wide. And then we'll round it back, draw your core towards your spine, back of hands touch, and chin rolls to chest. Inhale to open. Lift, look up, round it back. Chin to chest. One more time. Inhale to open and lift. Looking up, round it back, chin to chest. And now bring your hands back to your knees to bring yourself up here. We'll lean back and stretch our right leg out and then our left. So this is where the first place of tightness happens. So if you can't stretch your legs out straight, you can bend the knees and grab one book or one block and just tuck it here so you have a bend in the knees, no problem, okay? Do what feels comfortable. Now we're just gonna have a little bit of fun here, and we're going to come over to the right. Inhale up, over to the left with your legs out in a wide legged stretch. So this is, we don't need to come over far. Inhale and exhale, come over. Inhale up, and even if you're just staying up tall and leaning a little bit over, that's fine. Yeah, looks great. Inhale, exhale over. Inhale up and over. Inhale and exhale. So we never push through any kind of discomfort. Yoga is all about movement with breath and comfort. So we don't push our bodies where it doesn't feel good. We find where it feels good. And we'll come back to our center. We'll lift ourselves up like we're ballerinas. Draw your belly in. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, come halfway down, hinging from your hips, and then plant your hands down. Chin to chest, keep your neck long. And then maybe, just maybe, you crawl your fingertips a little more forward. Just find a place where you find a stretch. If you feel it, you're doing it right. Relaxing your face, soften your knees. There's no tension in your shoulders. And then we'll crawl back. Great. Lean back here, bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together. We'll reach for blocks, and we can help our body by bringing them underneath here. So if you want to get more of a hip opener, you don't need blocks. Hands on your feet, and then you're going to take your thumbs and do some circles in the inside of your arches, just a little bit of massaging your feet. And you're going to take those thumbs and come to your ankles and just give them a little squeeze and circle. And come up to higher up on the calves. And then come back down towards your feet, back to the arches of your foot. And then see if you can lift yourself up by using your feet. That's it. So it's okay if your feet are way away from you. Even if you can't reach it, that's okay. If your knees are up here, we don't reach it, but maybe your feet are towards you. And then think about bowing chin to chest. And maybe some of you can come a little forward. You can round your spine like a turtle or keep it nice and straight, whatever works. Then we'll come back up to center as you inhale. And then bring your hands onto the outside of your knees and lift them up, lean back, and we'll take our time to come onto all fours. So roll around, blocks, we're going to move them at the top of the mat. Our books, whatever you have, and then we'll take our blanket, we're going to fold it over once, and then bring it so it's right below our hips, supporting our knees, hands come below shoulders. Now, some people have sore wrists in yoga. You can try coming into fists if that's you. If it's still sore, you have that pillow here that you can support your palms or your fists. So hands below shoulders. So the first thing we're going to do is a little bit of circles with our hips first. You can take your hips, go to the right, and then back towards your mat, and then come up and come to the left. So you're just going to do back over to the right, forward, and keep going. So some circles with the hips. You don't need to come far back if it feels better staying up high. That's it. And then switch the directions. Hips move to the left, back towards the back of your mat, and then come the other way. Back and the other way. We're going to switch this up in a moment. So come back to center. We're going to switch it up with the wrists. So bring your hands below shoulders. And then you're going to take your right hand and bring the fingertips so they face you and the other side. So the wrists face away from your fingers back. This is where you might think, Hannah, my wrists are feeling this. So you can bring your knees closer to your hands or your hands closer to your knees, okay? And now you can stay exactly where you are, just breathing. If you want to do a little bit of movement, do a little bit of circles here, but you're going to do circles with your upper body very gently. So it's so mindful. Relax your face and just really be mindful with these little bit of wrist circles. You can bend in the elbow slightly and then switch the direction. People who work with their hands or at a keyboard or on their phone all the time, they really feel this. So be really gentle with yourself. And then pause here, curl toes under, and you're going to peel your wrists up until your fingertips are still on the ground. You're sitting towards your heels, and you're going to take your thumb and do a thumb dance. The thumb just goes back and forth like a little dance. So think playfulness with the thumbs, circle with the thumbs, and then the other way. Then peel your hands all the way up and shake your hands in front of you. Interlace your hands in front. You can clap them, interlace, and flip your hands. Inhale to come up above your head, big reach. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, rise. Release your hands and circle those wrists. And then when you're at shoulder height, circle the other way. And then bring your hands in front. Interlace. And some wrist circles and the other way. So I had a request for wrists, so we're just bringing them in. I'm always here for your requests. And then shake out the hands. We'll come into our first downward dog. So the first thing we do is bring our hands below shoulders. And we look down that our index fingers are straight and aligned with each other. Curl toes under, draw belly in, and then send your hips to the sky and back. Look at your feet, heels are lifted, and bend one knee at a time to walk your dog. So you're shifting weight back and forth as you stretch a heel back one at a time. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and relax your head. Shift left and right. Now come back to all fours. And we'll do a little bit of cat and cow. So if your hands are tired, you can come into fists or back onto your pillow. Relax belly down, curl your tailbone, bend the elbows and look forward. This is cow pose. So think about opening through the heart but keeping your neck long. Exhale, curl your tailbone in, push into the mat, into cat. So think jungle cat, chin to chest, reach up between the shoulders. Inhale, bend the elbows, curl the tailbone, maybe looking forward. If it feels okay, keep your neck long. Exhale, draw belly in, push into the mat, a big reach up. Yeah, looks great. And then I want you to find your own rhythm. Don't even look at me. Just feel this in your body. With your breath, inhale looks forward, exhale rounds it out. And use your belly button, your core, to really activate emptying the lungs. The full breath in, looking forward, and a full breath out, looking back. Think of the fullest breaths you've taken today. Fully through the nose, in, and exhaling through the mouth or nose. Think of just being really playful with this cat and cow. And exhale. Now the next part I'm going to show you and we're going to do is really about playfulness, but it's also about strength. So just pause for a moment. If this is too hard, I want you to come back to the cat and cows. All right, from here, think playfulness when you do it. You're going to curl toes under, index fingers parallel with each other, and send your hips up and back to downward dog. From here, you're going to lift your heels up as high as you can. Come on the tips of your toes. I want you to bring your body forward, walking your hands into plank, and then bend your knees again, and you're going to come back to downward dog. So it's a wave. Come high in the tippy toes, lift your heels, come bring your body forward into plank, bend your knees, and then like a wave, you're going to push your bum back up into downward dog. Lift your heels, plank forward, bend the knees. That's it. And then come back into downward dog. Heel, lift the heels to come on tippy toes, forward into plank, bend the knees, and back. This is a really, so anytime you need a break, take it. Lift your heels, bring your body forward, plank, and then bend the knees one last time. Lift the heels, come forward into plank, bend the knees, and then up and back again. Now hold downward dog. Good work, everyone. And then come down to your knees for a child's pose. So your knees are going to be wide as your shoulders, big toes touch. You can sit towards the heels, stretching your arms forward. You can stack your fists below your forehead, or come back with your hips above the knees, elbows wide, hands stacked. Rest your head down. So however you want to rest after all the waves, and just think of inviting in play into your body. And those waves just releasing your day. Just like a wave wiping the beach clean. All the things that happen in your day, like writing in the sand, and then that wave comes in and whoosh, wipe clean. So relax the face and the mouth. There's no tension in the face. I let go of my day as I come back to play, inviting in play. Lift your head back up. You can come to all fours again. If you want to keep resting, you can keep resting. From here, we're going to, from all fours, curl toes under, reach back for the back of your right thigh, and step that foot forward. Reach for your blocks on either side of that front foot. So your front knee is over your ankle, and hands on the highest height of your books or blocks. Then make your way up, so your hands on top of the thigh. So the whole thing about a lunge is that we're not dumping down, we're staying up tall, and we're using our core to keep our body nice and tall and upright. And then from here, we'll release our hands to the sides, look forward, find a focal point, engage your core, and start to bring your arms up as you reach up into a full crescent lunge. Reach up tall, fingertips reach. And then from here, exhale, bend at the elbows. We're going to take our palms towards each other and then cross right arm under left and find eagle arms crossing again at the wrists, or back of hands can touch, or grabbing opposite elbows. Same thing, just make it accessible. Elbows at shoulder height. Draw your core in, and then inhale, Play into the back of the heart. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, play through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again. Exhale, release your arms. We're going to reach up. And as you reach, I want you to bring your palms together above your head. So reaching up, bring them to the heart. Palms still together. Push against the hands, push against each other. Draw your belly in. I want you to tip forward and then take your left elbow and hook it around the outside of that right thigh and look to the side. So it's almost as if that left elbow is a hinge to bring yourself up. You're pushing your bottom hand into that top hand, and you can look up or look sideways or look down. And think of this really powerful ringing out of your spine. And those of you who want more fire right now, you don't need to. You can curl your back toes under, engage the core, and lift your back and knee. But you don't need to, okay? Remember, it's a winding down, letting go of the day. And if you lifted your knee, lower it and bring your hands back to center. Release them. Grab your blocks on either side of that front foot. We're going to slide the blocks back on either side of that right knee. Scoot your toes forward, and then you're going to curl the toes back towards you. Your back, left hip is above the knee. And pause here. If you want to go further, draw belly in. Think of looking at your big toe, keeping that front knee nice and micro bent. And any amount you're going to bow forward as you slide the right hip back. Getting into your hamstring. This is great for runners, hikers. If you're on your feet all day, try to relax the shoulders, relax your face. Breathe into the back of your hamstring. One more breath in, full breath out. Now look up at your big right toe. Slide your heel back first towards you, and then bend the knee again to bring your blocks forward. Nice and slow. And then get rid of your blocks to the sides. Rise up again, crescent lunge. Float your arms up. Big reach. And then exhale, bring your hands down on the inside of that front foot. And then walk your right foot back. Nice and slowly. Walk it all the way back. Keep walking until you're in all fours, and then slide your right toes back and reach your right heel. And hold here looking down. And then release that foot. We're going to do that all on the left side now. So first thing, reach the back of your left thigh. Draw belly in. Curl right toes under for balance. And then step that left foot forward. Blocks on either side of the front foot. And then rise up. Nice and slow, hands stacked first. Find where it feels good for you. Might need drawing that foot back first. Remember, we're not dumping here. We're staying strong. Our cores are engaged. Our knees right over our ankle. Then we release our hands and we float them up to the sky as if you're holding a beach ball above your head. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Draw your core in and reach. Inhale here. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Bring them towards each other. Left arm moves under right. You can find eagle arms here, crossing again at the wrist. Back of hands may touch, or grab opposite elbows. Draw core in. And keep your elbows at shoulder height. If your arms are together, you can't really, it's like this focus that's through your arm. So whatever works. And then I want you to inhale to the back of the heart. The idea of playfulness in, exhale, release, out. You have focus, but there's playfulness there. Inhale in. Full breath out. And again in. Exhale, release your arms. Bring your arms up to the sky again. Palms touch together like prayer. Bring the hands together to the heart. Activating the palms together. Draw belly in. Tip forward. And then take that right elbow. Twist it towards your belly towards the inner thigh and hook it on that left elbow. Now, push your bottom hand into the top to give yourself a nice twist. You can look up to the sky, look sideways, or down. Think of how your body wants to be. Those of you who want more fire, I want you to engage your core, belly in, curl toes under, and float your back knee up. And you're charging forward, whatever version you're doing, with the crown of your head. Keep the breath flowing. Steady breath, and then we'll all lower our back knee if you lifted it, and then come back to center. Release your hands, inhale, reach up, palms to your blocks. Great job. From here, we'll take our blocks, slide them back either side of that front left knee. Now look at your foot, scooch toes forward, and then draw the toes back. Draw belly in. You can stay up here nice and lifted and keep your micro knee bent forward. If you want to come further, think of drawing belly in before you bow any amount with your spine nice and rounded. You can have a straight spine too, whatever works. Think of the idea of sliding that left hip back, breathing to the back of that hamstring. Now, everyone has a side that's tighter. And we're just not judging, we're just being playful and noticing and saying, oh, that's interesting. Breathing into it. There's no tension in the face. Try to bring softness to the shoulders, softness to your hamstring. Then we'll look up at our big left toe, slide the heel back first, bend the knee so your knee comes over top, walk your blocks forward, rising up into that crescent lunge, bring your arms up, reach up, look up, and then bow down, both hands on the inside of the left foot, and then you're looking at your left foot as you scooch it back. So really slow, mindful movements until you're back into all fours. Hands below shoulders again, knees below hips, curl toes under. Draw belly in as you send your hips up and back, downward dog. And it's okay, this is really hard for you today. Take a break anytime. And then from here, we're gonna bend the knees, look forward, and then tiptoe all the way up to the front of your mat for a forward fold. So feet are hip width apart. You're gonna bring your chest and thighs together. So if they don't come together, bend the knees. Grab opposite elbows and just hang out here. This is called ragdoll. So really let your head hang. As if the crown of your head is elongating your spine, because it is. Your head is like 12 pounds, so it's like a nice, good way to lengthen the spine. And then release your arms and sit back into chair pose. Bring your arms up, or if you're tired, hands on the thighs. Sit back in space, and then we're going to bring ourselves up, reaching for the sky, and keep your arms reaching up. Now, if you ever feel dizzy in yoga, you just bring your hands above your head. Bring the blood right back. Circle your wrists, circle them the other way. Then we'll get rid of this blanket. So we have our whole yoga mat to work with. Find your mountain pose standing. So this is finding hip width apart, feet. Look forward, find a focal point. And this is really about focus with the gaze, but joyfulness, playfulness in the face. You're going to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and then back as you open through the hands. Now engage the core, belly button in. Ground down through your feet. And then inhale, float your arms up. Palms will touch above your head. Swan dive down, arms wide, hinge at the hips. Forward fold, diving down. Inhale, trace your legs, hands all the way up the legs to the top of the hips. Bring your elbows in. You can bend your knees if you need to and reach your crown forward. And then bend at the knees a lot to plant your hands down and step back 1 foot at a time into plank. And hold here for a moment, then lower to your knees. With control, we're going to lower down. So your elbows come towards your body, nice and slow. Once you're on your belly, hands beside the chest, elbows come in, tops of feet find the mat. Now push into the tops of the feet to lift the kneecaps. Push into your hands to lift your chest, keeping your pubic down rooted. The pubic bone is rooted, tops of feet push. Lift your shoulders back. Baby cobra, exhale, let it go. Forehead back to the mat, curl toes under. And now push into your hands to come to your knees. And then send your hips up and back, downward dog. This is building your heat up, and then we'll come right back down to rest and stretch again. So from here, if you want to try it, lift your right leg up, look forward, bend your right knee, and take a big step towards the front of your mat. Now, if that didn't happen, reach back for the back of your right thigh, and then step it forward. Stay in the ball of your back foot, just like we did before, like really reaching that heel up, and rise up slowly. Draw the core in, high lunge. So float your arms up, really reach up, and then open that back foot, plant it down so it's parallel, and bring your arms to the sides, warrior two. Back to playfulness, keep your heel and heel aligned or heel to arch. Inhale from here, open your palm, exalted warrior. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, open your palm, exhale, exalted warrior, back hand slides back, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Almost there, inhale, open your palm, exalted warrior, look up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Front leg's getting tired, I know. Take your back hand, windmill it back and down towards the mat. Now from here, you can step that foot back into downward dog or drop your knee and scooch that foot back and then send yourself up and back. And then from here, we'll do the other side. Lift left leg up. Look forward, bend your knee and step your foot forward. It's okay if it didn't make it. Grab the back of your thigh, a few steps. Now keep your back heel lifted. Draw belly in and then rise up, high lunge. Hold that beach ball in your hands, reaching tall. Look forward, shoulders back. Draw your core in, reach up, up, up. And then open your back foot, plant it down, parallel, open the arms up. Yes. Bend your front knee. Heel to arch or heel to heel alignment. Open your palm. Inhale, exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, exhale, back. Hardest part of class, you're doing great. Inhale, open your palm. Exalted warrior. Exhale, back. One more time. Open your palm, exalted. And then from here, windmill your back arm down. See if you can step back into plank. It's okay if that didn't happen. Back knee can come down. And then from here, lower to your knees. And nice and slowly lower to the ground. Hands beside the heart, elbows in. Find the tops of your feet. Now push into the tops of feet. Lift your kneecaps. Push into your hands with your elbows in. Pubic bone down. Shoulders back. Reach your crown. Chin slightly down. And then let it go. Forehead back down. Curl toes under. Push up. Knees wide. Big toes touch. Sitting back into child's pose. Nice job, everyone. You're done the hard part. Woohoo! It's all, you're warmed up. So now you can get into nice deep hip stretches. Let it go. Now remember, there's a different version of child's pose. It might not be accessible to sit back. You can also stack your fist below forehead or lift your hips up high, elbows wide, hands stacked. And as you rest here, in child's pose, I want you to think of yourself playing, and laughing, and who are you with, and what are you doing, and really laughing. Maybe you're swimming or camping, or you're on your motorbike, and you're in that element and that feeling of play. Just think of play. Maybe you're throwing a stick to the dog. Just think of breathing in that feeling of playfulness and really seeing yourself playing. Inhaling in that feeling and a full breath out. Think of this affirmation, I am playful. Bringing it in. Full breath in and out. Take your time here. With each exhale, releasing the day. Now, if you're really tired, you can stay in child's pose, no problem. If you want to come up, we'll slowly lift our head up and make your way to tabletop, which is all fours with hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Now, if you have blankets and pillows and blocks around you, I want you to find stuff and keep it close. So I'm going to fold my blanket in two. I'm going to bring a pillow close. I might even bring a block close so that I can reach everything from my mat. Easily reach stuff. from all fours, we're going to take our right knee and slide it between our hands. Then we'll take our left knee and slide it back behind us. And you can curl your toes under, lift your back knee, and bring a blanket or a couch pillow under your back knee if it's sensitive. Now our foot's pretty much tucked under us and flexing or pointing. That knee is forward. Now this is where you're going to find your levelest hips you can. So just kind of shift a little left to right and make sure this feels good on your knee. If it doesn't feel good on your knee or hips, you take a version that you're sitting. So you can do the same thing with your right knee, except your left leg's straight. Your right toes are flexed. And you cross it over the leg, and you can bend that leg or keep it straight and just push the right knee away. Nice and gentle, keeping foot flexed. So that's another version if pigeon doesn't work for you. Now you can shift left to right if you're in pigeon. You can tuck a pillow under your hips too that you can really sit on until you find where it feels level, good for you. And now we're going to come to fingertips and lift up in a nice proud pigeon. So think of neck long. The whole front of your hip flexors are opening in your psoas all the way up through your six pack, coming up. Long spine, inhaling and exhaling. One more time. And then we're going to bow chin down, and you can hang out here bowing. Maybe you can come on a pillow on your forearms and hang out here. Some of you, I know, your forearms on the ground, but take a place where you can rest and hold for a moment. That bottom foot is either pointed or flexed to keep your knee safe. There's no tension in your face. When you feel how warm your body is, this is great to be in this state for these yin poses. Yin yoga is about slowing down, inviting in the energy of the moon, the energy of feminine, the energy, there's the dark and the light. This is the energy of shadow, of slow, of stillness. So this is finding stillness in the pose. And it's just a shape. So if you need to shift around and change a shape, if you feel numbness, pain, or tingling, you just need to change the shape. Just means your body needs to get out of the form you're taking just so that it feels better for you. So you don't want to feel pain, numbness, or tingling. Just try to find a place where you can find stillness and sensation. We'll take another 2 full breaths. So inhale through the nose. And a full breath out. Inhale through the nose. Full breath out. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale this time, I want you to bring yourself out, back up if you're out down in your forearms. Lift through the heart. Reach back for whatever you have under your sit bones. And I want you to come to that right sit bone behind you. And swing around nice and slow that left leg. So we can all have a left leg stretched out and the right foot on the inside of that thigh. Now, those of you who are doing this version, this is a perfect transition so we can all be together right where we are right here. So your left leg straight out in front of you and that right foot is tucked on the inside of your thigh. Now, those of you who don't like your legs straight out, you have a little blanket you can roll under the knee anytime your knee doesn't like the straight extensions. So this is where we come into really passive forward fold. Those of you with scoliosis or anything going on in the spine, you might need a wedge under the sit bones. And see what it feels like to float your arms up. Think of that ballerina and just bowing down passively without trying to pull or push your body into stretching. You're just passively bowing down. Try not to rush. So this is the yin pose, the slow, the slowing down, the quiet, the stillness. Find where you can hold and be still in your body and bow down. And it's okay if you're way up here and it's going to take a long time to come any amount toward that leg. We never pull our foot and pull down. Just passively surrender to our body. Your muscles and fascial tissues need a long time and patience to open. And then we'll slowly come up here. So this is a bit of playfulness coming into this next movements here. If your body doesn't like the playful movements, that's fine. Just come back into that passive forward fold. So we're going to try it. If your body doesn't like it, you know where to go. Passive forward fold and hold. All right, this is how it goes. You're going to bring your right hand behind you. You can get rid of a blanket so you can really plant your hands down behind you. You're going to move your weight up and shift into that knee to bring yourself up and float your arm up. So this is called a baby back bend, like a rainbow pose. And then you're going to come down, back to your sit bones. You're going to take your back hand around, reach around and come to the outside of that thigh. And then just bow chin towards chest. Take that arm, swing it back behind you, plant it behind you to lift yourself up. Ground down through that shin bone, float your arm up, your foot comes down to the earth, and then we come back down, swing that arm away, and then the back arm swings around and we reach for the outside of that left leg. One more time, and if you just want to hold here, that's great. If you don't want to, you want to skip the lift. So plant your hand behind you, come up, and then slowly come down. And we're going to hold here as we swing our back right arm around to the outside of that thigh, or maybe it's up higher or it's low on the shin, calf. Skip your knee. Knees don't like being held above. Above is fine. And just hold, not pull, just passively hold. And we're getting in the shoulders and the rhomboids, just getting in the back. And then slowly rise up. And if you were in that passive forward fold, the back bends didn't work, we'll all come up together. Great job, everyone. From here, we're just going to bend that front leg. We'll roll around so we can come back to all fours. Take our times to get there. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Index fingers parallel, curl toes under, downward dog. Sending your heart back towards the feet, broaden your shoulders, relax the head, come to all fours again. And then from all fours, left knee moves between the hands. Right knee slides back. And then you can curl your back toes under to lift your back knee up if you want to tuck a blanket under there, if it feels the back knee's tender. And that foot's under the body, flexing or pointing, and just rock back and forth here to find level hips for your pigeon. This is where your body will tell you if it doesn't work. So just, you can come back to sliding, flipping your legs around with that right leg extended, flexing your foot and crossing it over your knee like a figure four and opening up the hip. Now, if this doesn't work, you want to go deeper, plant the foot down and keep your knee crossed over there. So that's another version. If the pigeon pose doesn't work for you. So once you're here, plant your fingertips into the ground and really come into that proud pigeon, pushing into fingertips, lifting up. I don't want you to kink your low back. I really want you to think of just lifting up with the heart and forward, keeping neck long. Big breath in, and then we'll bow down. You can come any amount. You can stay up high in your fingertips. You can even bring your palms onto here, plant here. I like to tuck my pillow under the sit bones so that I can shift over and use it. So find where you want to hold here. You shouldn't feel any pain, any numbness or tingling. So this is a yin pose. I want you to just kind of shift around until you find where it feels that you can find stillness, and then keep that knee safe on however version of your pose. So knees are never, because they're a hinge joint, they don't like to be pulled and have any pain. And we often push through pain in yoga, and we don't want to do that ever. We just want to feel where we can feel sensation, but not feel pain or numbness or tingling. So just find a place where you can say, okay, I feel it. If you feel it, you're doing it right. Relax the head. And then breathe into the hips. If your hips have been really tight, this class is going to really work them. Try to be patient with yourself. Relax your face and shoulders and mouth. There is no rush. Finding the feminine, the moon, the shadow energy, that light and dark energy, the yin and the yang. And we need both the slow and the fast for balance. So if our lives are always go, 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 we need to find things that help us slow, go into the slow so we can find balance in the body. If your mind wanders, come back to that inhale in to really hear your breath. And full breath out. So audible breathing really helps your mind come back. And then when you're ready, full breath in. We're going to take our time to come up to the fingertips. It's okay if you stayed up here the whole time. That's great. And then from here, we'll get rid of any pillows under our sit bones. We'll slide onto that left hip and very slowly bring that back right leg around until we can bring it forward, and slide left foot on the inner thigh. Right from here, find where it feels good for your body. We're going to float our arms up and find that passive forward fold, palms to the sky, and just really round here. There's no pulling, no pushing here. We're just finding, even high up, just bowing chin to chest. Find a place where you can surrender. This pose is great for the nervous system, for the vagus nerve especially. Just this simple surrendering, offering up to the sky. Try to soften your hands, relax your face, your mouth, your eyes. I release my day. And I invite in that energy of play back into my life, back into my week. And then when you're ready, slowly inhale to slide yourself back up. So that passive forward fold is available again if you just want to come. You might feel it as you come up like, oh, that feels really good. It's really good for your nervous system. If you want to try that playful lift and flow or back and forth, you can try it, but you can always just hold and come back to another one. So from here, we're going to take our left hands behind us. We're going to roll onto that left shin bone, plant our right foot down, up we come. Gentle back bend, and then we'll come back down to our sit bones, and then swing our back left around, up around, and reach for somewhere on the outside of this right leg. Pause. Again, if it feels good just to stay here and pause, you can. If you're going to come back again, windmill that left arm back, coming to that surfer action. Plant your hand down into that shin bone, plant your foot, up we go. And then down. Exhaling, swing your arm around. Left arm comes around to the outside, anywhere on that right leg, bowing down. One more time. Back arm comes back. Do what you can. Plant the hand. Up we come. And then when you're ready, slowly come back down. Fling that arm nice and slowly, come up and around, and anywhere on the outside of that right leg, the left hand. And I want you to really focus on your shoulders, the scapula. Breathe into it. Chin is tucked. Face is soft. We're not pulling, it's just hanging out there. And we'll slowly come up. Excellent work. From here, we're going to look around us. We're going to grab our blanket first, uncurl it, tassel side away from you, bring it to the top of your yoga mat, and then you'll take your bolster on the left side of your mat. We'll come onto the left hip. I'll just move the bolster, but it's beside you. Come onto the left hip and just slide onto your left side of your body and then roll onto your back. Nice and slow. Bend your knees right away. Find the blanket supporting the head. Now, the shoulders don't like support by a blanket, but the head does. You're going to bring your palms down towards the earth and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and then back into the mat. Palms down. Then push into your feet for a little baby bridge. We're not coming up high. We're just lifting the hips. One last opening of the hip flexors. Reach your knees past your toes. And then dropping nice and slow. Uncurl. Bringing your hips back. Then we'll bring our knees towards our chest. For wind relieving pose, great for bloating. You can even hug your knees in or just float them towards you or grab the back of the thighs. Chin towards the chest, neck is long. Big breath in and out. And then we'll release the feet. Bring your arms out at shoulder height, palms to the sky in the T shape or bend at the elbows. We're going to push into our feet to lift our hips up. Then you're going to slide your left hip to the center of your mat. So the left hip's coming under the right hip. And then let your knees fall towards that bolster you placed on your left. Now, you can even grab that bolster and put it between the knees. If you don't like it there at all, you can get rid of it. You can lower your knees towards the bottom of your mat or lift them up. Any amount you might want to shift around here. And I want you to relax the right shoulder into your mat. And if you want, you can look in the same direction as your knees or look in the opposite direction. Or look straight up and then you can close your eyes or open them. There's a nice twist here. Now this is a yin pose, so we're going to hold it for a while. If you catch yourself snoozing off, that's okay. This is really good for your body, again, for the nervous system. If you've had a lot going on in your life, your body's just going, thank you for this. It smooths out all the kinks. It's great for your digestive system, for the large and small intestines, really good for your stomach. It's great for bloating. Think of your body coming back to balance. And you're inviting in that playfulness as you let your shoulders release completely. Hands release completely. Hips heavy. Feet relaxed. Your jaw starts to soften. Your tongue rolls back into the mouth. And you breathe normally. As you invite in that stillness energy into the body. Where is your body still holding on? Is it in the shoulders? Release your shoulders completely. Remind yourself you are safe. I'm releasing my day. And I invite in that mantra, that affirmation of I am playful into my life. If your arms or hands start to get tingly, it just means to change the shape. So you can bring your hands on the rib cage or just listen to your body. Again, if that mind is busy and wanders, come back to your breath. Just audibly hear your breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. When you feel ready, bring awareness to the breath into the nose and a breath out through the mouth. Full breath in through the nose. Start to bring more awareness to the breath again. In through the nose, into the heart. Open the mouth to release. Full breath in and out. One more time. Full breath out. Wiggle your fingers. We're going to reach down with the left hand to remove the pillow if there's one under the leg or between the knees. Then take the left hand and help the knees up, coming back to center with the legs one at a time. We're going to bring one knee at a time towards the chest and then bring our hands to our kneecaps and draw some circles here. So a little bit of circles, just really slow circles. Then the other way. And we plant our feet down. Bring our arms out to the sides at a T at shoulder height, palms to the sky. You can bend at your elbows. Now push into your feet to lift your hips up. And then, bring your bum back down and then reach for your pillow first. Some of you have pillows on your left. I want you to bring the pillow on the right now before we line up. And now again, stretch arms at shoulder height, bend at the elbows. Now push into your feet now to lift your hips up, then slide right hip slightly towards the center of your mat. So it's going to go under your left hip as you bring your knees to the right. So if your hip needs to come over for more, you can slide your right hip under. Knees come to the right, and you can bring a pillow between the knees. You can support that bottom leg with the pillow too. You can lower the knees towards the bottom of your mat. It's going to change where your spinal twist is, or you can bring your knees up. So I want you to find where it feels good for your back and your body. Where does this twist feel nice? And then once you find where it feels good, where you can hold. You're going to find a comfortable spot for your arms, and you can look in the opposite direction of your knees. The same direction of your knees are up to the sky, and it's going to be another 3-minute hold here. So find a place where you can find stillness in this yin pose. So yin is all about finding that stillness and inviting in the balance of the slow back into the body. Your body loves this. Your nervous system loves this. Each cell loves it. And find where you can hold and softly release everything into the mat. Shoulders relax. Hands soften. Elbows are heavy. Hips are heavy. Belly relaxes. Knees are relaxed. Feet are soft. Your collarbones are melting away towards the mat. Think of your eyes heavy in the head, wherever your head is. Finding stillness. These longer holds can be a little hard for you to hold sometimes. That's okay. Bring your mind back to focusing on inhale and the sound of your exhale. So that audible breath really brings you back to the body, to what you're doing. And wherever you're still holding on, try to find softness there. Maybe it's in the shoulders. Release the shoulders completely. Maybe it's the hands. Soften the hands. Let yourself be supported by the earth, by your safe home or vacation, wherever you are right now, being safe in the space, safe in your body. If there's any numbness, you can just change the shape. Another 30 seconds, just resting. And breathing normally. And when you're ready, bring awareness to the breath, full breath through the nose, out through the mouth. Awareness back to the breath, through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Last time, in, and exhale through the mouth. We're going to bring our right hand down towards our knee. We're going to bring our head back to center. First, coming with the head back to center, and then hand to lift up a knee. Swing your knees back to center, really slow. And then bring knees towards your chest, reaching for the kneecaps, and then we'll find our swirls one way and our swirls the other way. And then if it feels okay for your body, you're going to bring your knees towards your chest for one last hug. You can lift your head up. And releasing your feet. We're going to reach for that pillow that's on the right side. Now toss it behind the back of the legs. And stretch your legs straight out. Now if you have a blanket, another second blanket, don't grab the one behind your head. I want you to tuck yourself in. So really fluff a blanket over you, tuck in the sides like you're a little burrito, and then reach for the top of your blanket, roll in the sides of the one under your head, and give your neck a hug. So give your neck a squeeze and then reach to the top of the blanket, roll in the sides so you're really cushioning the head. And then the body's all tucked in. Feet are warm, and you can roll your shoulders one at a time under the back of the heart, palms open, chin down. You can have an eye pillow here into Shavasana. So final resting pose, palms open, feet soft, palms soft. And think of the head being heavy, the eyes heavy, rolling back into the back of the head. Relax your mouth and just let this full Shavasana balance the energy out. So every cell in your body can benefit from the movement, from the breath, and the intention of play, of flow, of that cultivating flow and playfulness in the body. It's okay if you drift off into a little sleep here too. Try to release the shoulders completely. Hands relaxed, feet relaxed. Body is safe, body is supported by the earth. And if there was someone in your space, you can always reach out and hold their hand, or if you have a pet close by, cuddle them in. And if it's you just safely in your space, I want you to feel this open support of the entire universe above you, cradling you in its arms, like the precious soul you are. Bringing awareness to the breath, full breath in. Feel the breath in your body, full breath out. Now, if your body needs more rest, I want you to listen to it, and you can lay here as long as you need to. If you're coming back, feel the breath again in the whole body as you inhale in and exhale out. Full breath in and out. Last breath, full breath in, full breath out. Wiggling your fingers and toes, open and close your hands. And you can make any movements you want here, maybe reaching above your head or bending your knees one at a time. And then we'll just take our time to roll to a side. Doesn't matter what side. We're just going to pick a side and roll over. Take your hair out if you want. Take a moment to stay on your side and tuck your knees right up towards your body. And indeed, just remembering the precious being you are, that the universe has your back, and there's only one of you. Only one of you with all your gifts and your life experiences. Only one of you with that precious heart that you have. And then take your hand down, plant it to the mat. Inhale, exhale, push into your hand to bring yourself slowly up to sit. You can find a pillow or bolster to bring yourself up on. Palms open, shoulders back, head over heart. And with a soft smile on your face, think of that idea of weaving in playfulness into the rest of your week. So we're going to reach out for the intention of play and bring it to the heart. We'll finish with